Hello friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have this cute little twisted gatefold card. Is that adorable? Ta-da! You have to like twist it a certain way. The recipient will naturally turn it this way to read it, and then isn't that cute? I am using that adorable darling dinos. Of course, I had to get this bundle with 5 grandchildren 4 and under. So it has the 3 different dinosaurs in here, great little sentiments, and all of these images here are all cut out with these great dies. And there is an egg also, which I wanted to do because this would make a great baby card. Like you could put welcome baby and you could have this dinosaur or this one inside this egg right here. Wouldn't that be cute? And you could put the little eggshell on top of his head, on this head and head. Okay, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to make this really cool card. The only hard part is whenever you're assembling it, sometimes it gets a little like, which way do I turn it and twist it? But just think it through and it'll be easy to do. So you start out with a card base that's 7.5 by 4 1/4. So just take a half a sheet of your cardstock, and all these measurements are underneath the YouTube video and also over on my blog. At the end of the description, it says visit my blog here. Press that button. It takes you over to CindyLeeBDesigns.com. Now we are going to make one in some different colors. This one I did with a white card base. Ooh, we got a little adhesive on the back of that one. So this one was done on a white card base because I liked the white that was showing in the grid pattern of this paper. This is the Full of Life paper that is not carrying over, and it is a great, colorful, all kinds of pretty geometric designs in it. I really, really like this. It went with that Full of Life stamp set, so you've got like every color in the rainbow in there to work with. So I used that one because it just seemed nice in primary colors, but I'm going to pick out the shaded spruce that's in the paper I'm choosing to go on the front. This one I used the grid pattern. I'm going to use these kind of little splotches of color. So I used shaded spruce, and that's 7.5 by 4 1/4. Okay, now you're going to score this. Get my scoring board here. We're going to score this and then do some diagonal scoring. Okay, so we're gonna put that 7.5 inch side at the top, and we're gonna score at 2.5 and 5. And then that leaves us another 2.5 here. So you've got 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Okay, there we go. Put that aside. The next scoring we're going to do, I find it just easy to use my bone folder and a ruler, but we're going to score from the top left corner to that bottom of that score line that's right beside it, next to it, and then we're going to go to this score line here, and we're going to score down to the bottom right. And all I do is line up my ruler in those 2 corners and just go over it a couple times with my bone folder. And make sure you're going on the diagonal in the same direction. And I find it easier just to do it this way because I don't have to kind of peek through my trimmer or on my guillotine cutter. So I just kind of do a nice firm pressure with my bone folder, and that gives me a score line. Okay, let's put that bone folder away. Okay, now I'm just going to do a little folding and then decide which way I'm going to do that. See how easy that was to do? Fold it here, and how that goes together like that. And sometimes you have to like line it up. Yep, and it's lining up nicely there and lining over there. Then I'll just give a firm pressure there, kind of burnish it a little bit there. Okay, so this is where we can decide if we want to put, where we want to put everything. Okay, we'll kind of use this as our template here, our example here. This of course is going to be where you're writing your message. On this one I used You're Terrific and then Hope Your Birthday is Dynamite. This I had to color and then die cut because I didn't want bleeding coming through here. But on this card I decided to color my dinosaur in with the colors I saw in here, the balmy blue and the shaded spruce. And so it was going right on white, so it's okay that it was bleeding through. And that is going in the middle there. And I think I may just go ahead and adhere that right now. So I'm going to get out my Stampin' Seal and get that put in the middle. And then that just gives me the opportunity to gauge where the card is going to be. Now see, this is the inside, right? So you can close it like this, okay? So you're going to have a piece going here, all right? And then there's going to be a piece going, say, you have to picture that this is behind here. So if I cut this in half, a piece is going here and here. But I go ahead and cut 3 pieces of DSP that coordinate with each other. And they're 2 1/4 by 4. 4 tall, 2 1/4, so that they'll fit on this rectangle, this outside rectangle, and then on the inside, if you took this rectangle and laid it over here, you'd have another rectangle. So those are the 3 that we're going to be doing. So we're going to cut those on the diagonal. So I'm going to get my trimmer here. And I find that this is the easiest way for me in my mind to wrap myself around it. This is going to go on the opening part, the 2 triangles. So if I put it here and just imagine my line is cutting down the middle, I'm going to put my finger where it's going to start in the trimmer. Okay, well, if I put my finger at that top left, it can only go to the bottom right, opposite, right? So let's get those corners. And then I always pull my cutting blade down in between, because sometimes when it hits those points, it will kind of bend a little bit. So now I've got that first piece. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and adhere it right now so I don't get confused. The reason why I say that is that sometimes when you're using maybe all of the same DSP and then you cut them all, you kind of can get them mixed up. So I just do 1 panel at a time, okay? So this is gonna be this one, and I just kind of gauged the border on the corner like that. So I have the same amount on the left and the bottom. And then remember, this is closing here, and then this one goes right here. Okay. Open that up. Same way, if I get the right side and this, and then these come together here. Now we want to get this one, okay? I was actually thinking of putting a blue and a green, so I think I can do that, because if I cut it, if I lay them right on top of each other, they are going to, and then this one will go, there we go. If we cut them at the same time, they can be interchanged, okay? So I'm going to cut them both. And once again, I'm looking at my card and saying, this is technically going on the bottom part here in the bottom underneath this piece. So I'm gonna wanna cut it from up here. And when I do that, of course, it can only go down to that middle part. And then I'm cutting them both at the same time because I wanted to mix and match them. Now we can play around and see how that works. Okay, so I was thinking we could put this one here and this one here, and that looks pretty, but I wonder if we put one here and we had blue and green, then when this opens up, we would have, we could do, I guess we can't do what I wanted to do, but I kind of like that. Will that work? How would that look? I kind of like that. I think that pulls all the colors. I think we can do that. And then you see the green, and I think we're going to do that. But just think about what the colors would look like. Okay. So you can play around with the triangles. Just realize that, or we could do this. No, this has to go this way. And what did I say? This one was going to go this way, so we'd see blue and green on here. So let's do that. And then this we decided was going to go in the inside. Okay. So if you want to, you don't have to do both at the same time. You can just decide which way you want to do it. Okay, so we're going to have that blue there. And then we're going to put the green one here. So we see blue and green on the front. But like I said, if you want to, you could cut each panel just one at a time if you don't want to do two. But if you wanted to see the opposite sides, you could put both the sides together too. Okay, so that's going to be our front. And then on the inside, the other two pieces, the blue is going to fit there and the green's going to fit there. So it really does have a neat effect. But before you cut two at a time, just visualize it to yourself what you think it would look like. But you know, these two pieces would have been, you know, they don't go together, but they go together with this color. Okay. And then we'll get this piece in here. And I kind of like the difference of that because it's just all geometric and all kinds of colors and it works really well. But once again, if you wanted to have put all green and all blue and then opened this one up and looked how this piece fits up against this, like these don't match because I use different colors because I wanted to use different colors on this side. But if you wanted to use one color, like say you were doing something with yellow flowers and you wanted yellow flowers both here and there, you would just take that piece and cut it the way. Then you open it up and maybe you have another green piece that you wanted to go in here that matches with this piece. So it's just kind of a mix and match. You just cut your paper to 2 1/4 by 4 and then just say, this is my first rectangle. That's your second This is your first rectangle. This is your second rectangle. And this piece and this piece, if you were able to pick this up and put it over here, is your third rectangle. And so you just need 3 rectangles to work with. Okay, so there you go. Now the next one is putting our little sentiment on. I used the sentiment here that says roar means happy birthday and dinosaur. Is that cute or what? So I'm gonna put that, and I used the deckled circles that are retired right now, but I just thought they looked dinosaur-like with that you know, chomping little rustic. And then we're gonna put our other dinosaur. He's kind of gonna fit on there. So let's make sure we know where those dimensionals are gonna go. And I think his little, yeah, I'm gonna put one over here by his hand. So we're gonna stick that and pop that up and just kind of put that around where it says roar. Make sure none of my dimensionals are coming out and on the card. Now, this is the interesting part. When you go to put your card together, you want this to end up being kind of straight, okay? So it'll look like it's crooked, but when you give the recipient the card, it's going to look like this, okay? So think, like, put it in place and say the recipient's naturally going to take the card, even if it comes in the envelope, if it's in an envelope, an A2 sized envelope. When they pull it out, they are going to immediately turn it this way because they'll want to read it. And you see how it ends up to being straight. So you really, you could have put it up here too, except for he is facing this way, so I put it here. But say you didn't have this dinosaur here, you could put it here as well. It would have worked there as well. So, like I said, it seems a little awkward when you're making it because you just think, wait a second, like, but the biggest thing is you want to open the card. Now, do you see how I did that and it doesn't line up? So when you go to do this, make sure you're open your card and put your circle this way. Okay, so I'm going to put some adhesive right here on the card where I know he's going to go. And like I said, I'm keeping my card open so that I keep my dinosaur going in the right direction. Okay, so then I know it's going to close. Now you're thinking, oh, it's not closing, it's not the right way. It actually goes this way, okay? And sometimes when you go to do this card, you might turn it, you might have the card going this way. And if I would have done the card that way, you could do it that way too. So it's just a matter of keeping it in the right direction for whichever way you did do it. I made one of these for the Busy Bee bag, and I closed them 2 different ways, and it was confusing me, but I realized the most important thing is keeping your card in the position you want, then put the sentiment lining up with what's going here. Like I said, if you would have made your card, like some cards might end up being turned the different way, but just make sure that when it opens, it's straight that way. Okay? Isn't that cute? Cutie, cutie, cutie. Oh, that dinosaur. So once again, you started with 7.5 by 4 1/4, and you scored it at 2.5 and 5. And then each of your DSPs, now this one only needed 2 DSPs because we used white in here. This one needed 3 DSPs. This actually was one sheet that has 2 colors on it. And those ones are 2 1/4 by 4. And then you just look at, this piece had to be cut from the top corner to the bottom corner. This one had to go from the top corner down to the bottom corner. So you just kind of look at it, pinch the part where you think you are going to put it in your trimmer, and then you know it's going to go to the opposite corner when you cut it. And when you're making this card, if you need to, just pause the button and you'll be able to do that. So isn't that, these are just so, oh gosh, this is great. I'm going to be needing these and like see what I'm trying to do. These ones actually are both, yeah, they're both made the same way. Do you see how they're going that way? But you may end up, if you folded yours a little bit differently, it might look a little different, but they all make sense because they open in the right direction. So there's different ways you can fold it. So, but what a fun card. And was that easy or what? And it uses up your little pieces of DSP that you have cut off. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me at cindyleeb@gmail.com or text me or phone me at 724-323-2296. Take a look at this darling dinos. I don't think it is carrying over into the new catalog. I think it is on the last chance list, but it is super, super cute and has a lot of dies with it. So thanks for buzzing by, friends.